Alrighty, and I do believe we are live and in living color. And of course, we've got Bat 13 first up. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. From Bat, we've got the birthday boy in the house, and of course, I am talking about Mr. Judge Webb BBQ. It is a very big happy birthday. Of course, my man James is checking in, and I'm guessing my sound is good, and I am guessing we are live. Of course, we've got Maddie showing up, Judge Webb, Matt James. I'm sure Kiki won't be far behind. And now we've got Miss, never pronounced that name, so I'm not even going to try, but welcome aboard. I believe you are a first timer. Of course, my man Scotty from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. We've got Anthony in the house. What is up, everyone? Happy Sunday. Of course, Wendy is in the house. That is always appreciative. Is that a word? Appreciative. And there is Kiki in the house. My wife is not home. My wife is not watching, and I don't believe my daughter is. So I can do all the flirting tonight that I want. Uncle Pinks is here, so I guess the flirting is now canceled because I'm sure my daughter's not far behind. And to Maddie and Kiki, that's the my daughter's husband who has that. I'm not even gonna be able to pronounce it. What you thought barbecue pops might have had that tickleitis or whatever it's called. So if you have any questions, spit them out because he has that. If that is what barbecue pops is dealing with, I have not gotten an update on that. And Bat 13 is giving me that one. And my man Barbecue Jerry is checking in. Hey, look at who's showing up tonight, Mr. Ray Bauman. It is good to see you, my man. And I do have a little bit of an update on last week's show. We were talking about the top five uh, front men or rock stars, I guess you could say, rock stars. And I came up with two that were not brought up, and I'm quite shocked that I didn't bring it, that I didn't pick up, that I didn't mention any of these two, because obviously, they were basically what the 70s and 80s were all about, and they are definitely rock stars. One of these two is gonna fill out. So we basically had it boiled down to maybe Elvis, maybe Michael Jackson, maybe Prince, although they're not really your bona fide type rock stars that I was going after. And I got two that 100% are going to round up the top five. If anybody wants to throw out those two names, please go ahead, and I will tell you if you are right. And yes, Scotty is in the household. Is that applause or applesauce? James says the sound is good. I do appreciate that. And we got a packed house here, 30 people in. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. And I did have Molly shirts. I don't think I have them anymore, but I did have Molly on a shirt 2, 3 years ago. If you want to send me Scotty, if you could put my email up. If you want to send me an email at the Gallery BBQ, I can see if I can find that shirt and point you in the right direction. Molly is a superstar after all. Flirty, hot Tommy in the house, no doubt about it. I am a big flirt, always have been. What can I say? He's stable now, so they're still doing tests, okay. So that Devar-like colitis, I can't even pronounce that, but Uncle Pink's, you have that. If you wanna throw out any, symptoms or tips on how you control it, please go ahead. And my man 1047 is checking in. Always good to see you, my brother. We got Joe in Jacksonville, Florida, watching and enjoying again. I do appreciate that. And we do have Scott Kitten over here to my, would that be my right, your left, and Scott Bush is right down here at my feet. Ron had it. Thankfully, no cancer, though. Is he still in the, hospital, M&K? The girls have had a tough ride over the past year, but I have to think some good things are coming. Yeah, I put that in there, Molly jumps on James and in the pool. I put a lot of Molly in the, My License to Griddle channel. She makes an appearance with a taste test every episode or just about every episode. Scotty's Outside Barbecue and No Links. That is Gallery BBQ. I'll throw it up. It's in all my videos, so you can always grab it there. No nuts, no popcorn. I appreciate that, and please flirt away. I mean, I've always had more, girlfriends than, and I don't mean girlfriends, I mean girls as friends. I've always had more girlfriends than guy friends. It's the way it is, it's just the way I roll. And James, come over to Facebook to say hi to Kiki. Okay, so I got a little competition for Kiki with James, showing up. We're gonna have to duel it out. And Dylan is in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Kettle Heads. I do believe I have seen that name around. And Wendy, I do appreciate that. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I'm not gonna give it away, but I pretty much know which one I'm keeping. It'll be in an upcoming show. I've got reasons, and you hear all about it. An olive burger, Bruce, send me the recipe. I love doing burgers. Um, Send it on over. Okay, so he is back home, but has to return with, any more blood in his stool. He stays put. Yeah, it's a tough scene, man. I'll tell you, the human body when the human body is going good, it is like a machine, but what the hu and I've been there. I've had my major operation on the head, with the brain, some people say I'm brain dead. I've had a couple other little issues here. When the human body starts breaking down, man, just, it's weird. The hospital stays can be rough, but the morphine is nice. And we got another newbie in. I don't believe I have, seen you here before, but Ryan, I appreciate you stopping in. Hey, sleeper popping in. There you go. What is shaking, my man? Throwing out a little HT. I guess that name has stuck with the dudes also. Kiki is not seeing the comments. You know why, Kiki? Are you on my, if you're on my personal Facebook page, you might not get all the comments. That could be the reason. Kelly Belly is checking in. What is shaking, my man? I miss your burgers. I love counting down the days. Have you had my burgers? I'm not sure who you are. Yes, she does. And you might be able to hear her snoring. She's at my feet down there. I got you. I appreciate that. Hey, Uncle Steve is checking in. What is happening? So I haven't even really tagged you, but I've used your rubs on my License to Griddle channel last couple of clips. I think on the gallery channel, the deals that I had worked out with that rub company have expired, so I am free to use Uncle Steve when I see fit. So that is good news, certainly. And I definitely am hoping to make it out to Houston next year. I think Ace Hardware has that big barbecue show. I'm looking to talk Chef's Temp into doing that one next year instead of that Inspired Home Show in Chicago, which is really kitchen, not so much barbecue. What is shaking, my man? It's James, but I mean, I know a lot of James, just not with the name is throwing me. So you'd have to put out exact. Is it James Bearden? It's James Bearden. You? You? From Debbie's parties? I don't know, man. Was I there? Just finished a cook on my 650. There you go. I'll tell you, I did it's gonna be out Wednesday. It's gonna be a cheap plug. I did some Reuben sliders on my griddle that were about the best thing that I mean, look, I'm trying to watch everything that I put in my body, just trying to keep my weight down. This is one of the first times where literally I couldn't stop eating these things. Um, usually we give a lot of the food away. These I kept. The bread was like pillows. The corned beef was perfect. The the dressing was kicked up. I didn't put any kraut on it, so I just kept it a lot of Swiss cheese, the corned beef with the dressing, and like I said, the Hawaiian little buns with buttered topping and black poppy seeds on the top. Let me if I get it. They were about the best thing that I have cooked in a while. I'm gonna pop a picture up here for you guys real quick. Give myself a cheap plug if I could figure out how to do that. So these things were about the best thing were about the best thing that I have cooked in a while. The buns, I know you can't see my mouse, but the buns were like a pillowcase, and and I'm telling you, man, 2 bites, gone, and literally, I steamed them up on the griddle, put them up high and steamed them up, and so the bread was like sponges, like a pillow. So frigging good, man. 2 bites, gone. What'd I say? Did I say something? Enough said, thumbs up, so I must have said something good. Now the ads is how I get paid, so I can't make them go away. Even though you don't make any money doing these live shows, YouTube sticks those ads in. I have I I have no idea. Kate, Debbie, I don't know. Chicago was good. They did win an award, Chef's Temp. They're good people, man. But it's a home show. I wanna get them to, I'm going out of town at the end of the month. I skipped the Vegas trip, because I'm gonna go to Vegas in July, to see CJ out there. So I skipped the Vegas trip, which is in a week or 2, and I'm gonna go to New Orleans. They're gonna be in New Orleans, at the end of the month, so I'm gonna go work that show with them. They wanted me to go to Germany, but there was no way in heck I'm going to Germany, so I'm not gonna do that, but I'm hoping that they do the Ace Hardware show, next year. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I did some wings, and I used the gator. That video is up. I mean, you can't beat the gator, Uncle Steve's gator shake on wings, that is for sure. And Scotty, I think, is moving to Texas. Yes, yes, that I could see that. Trip was good. I did just, I think, I, gave a little bit of rundown on that. Well, whenever you girls are ready, man, just let me know. I will chaperone yous both. There is no doubt about it. Just smoked a, pork butt, pulled it at 205, holding it in the oven at 180. Sounds, like killer, sounds killer. No seedless rolls, I used black sesame seeds. Put a little color in, put a little color in. Yeah, this one's good, man. This I'm telling you, on my dog who is at my feet, this is about the best one of the best things I've made on the griddle channel because I say that because I couldn't stop eating them, and again, I try to watch I try to keep it at a certain weight, and, I couldn't stop eating these things, man. They were like I felt like a junkie. I mean, I just couldn't stop. They were perfect. They were cheesy, the perfect amount of dressing. The corned beef was perfect. Um, and again, the Hawaiian rolls were like pillowca I mean, I literally, I could put some on in my bed and probably fall asleep on these rolls. That's how soft they were, man. They were perfect. And there is Daddy Dutch checking in. As I cruise on whoops, cruising down the list here, I jumped too far ahead. Hold on, let me backtrack. I don't wanna miss anybody. I'll tell you, we can go to the Houston rodeo next year, and then we can, shimmy off to, Disney World for 2, 3 days. Now that's a treat, and of course, I am talking to MK. I don't want Kent to think that I just invited him to Disney World with me. Pastrami ribs, think I think I might have saw that, Wendy. I think. It's always wing season at my house. It's a beautiful day in sunny California. When I'm done with your show, I'm going to throw some chicken on a Santa Maria grill. Well, that sounds pretty perfect to me. When I'm done with my show, I'll be, taking Molly out for a quick walk because I am in charge tonight, and then I will be hitting the Scotty did a Southern ham that was perfect. I did not see that. I'm not sure what the L is, unless you just called me a loser, I'm not sure. What's I think the flight is too long to Australia. Hold on, and very expensive. Trying to see flight time. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen as it's over 20 hours to Australia, so that'll never unfortunately, although I've heard Australia is drop dead gorgeous country. Um, the one of the reasons that I'm not gonna go to Germany is because from when I leave my house in the morning and I check in to a hotel in Germany, you're talking about 17, 18 hours later, and that is just too friggin' long for me, man. I would need a day just to recover from a trip like that. I have no interest in doing that. I have no fear of flying at all. It's just I don't wanna be on an airplane for that long. They're very uncomfortable. I'd have to take a lot of medication to sleep as I try to cut up. We got a chatty crew in here tonight. I definitely dig that. Disneyland is better. I would find that hard to believe. Disney World is just so much bigger. You know, I have to tell you, and I've been contemplating this, and I had a feeling now that's what you meant. So, I haven't used it, and it's real aggravating to me, but I don't have and I'm considering even selling them, because I hate them just to sit in my backyard. I don't have any time to use them. Um, all my cooks that you see, I get I do 2 cooks a month for Z Grills, those are paid. Then I do 8 cooks a month for Licensed to Griddle, 4 for Gallery, and, then I do some other stuff that are paid, and I just don't have the time. Um, I talked last year about not allowing this to become a business. I didn't want this to become a business, but there's just no way, and I tried to slow it down. I tried to stop it, and there's just no way to do it. When the ball starts rolling downhill, it's very hard to stop. I used to tell my old boss, "Hold on, let me get a water, hold on." So I used to tell my old boss, I did floors, vinyl, um, vinyl plank, linoleum, tile, stuff like that. And I used to tell my boss because we were so busy, man. I'm talking, there was times where I would go in at 6 in the morning and work till 2, 3 o'clock at night, go to sleep for 4 hours, come back in and work another 12, 13 hours. And I used to tell him, "Why do you continue to take work when we can't even do the work we have? We are just so friggin' busy." And I never understood it. But you know what? Now I understand it because when I get an email to do a cook, obviously that's a paid cook or to work with somebody, it's very hard to turn it down because it's very hard to turn down money. So you always figure out, of how you're gonna make it work, because you just can't. If somebody offers you $1,000 or $700 to do a cook, how do you turn that down? Because you're gonna cook anyway, so you might as well get paid to do it. So that's what I mean when I say, I didn't want this. I really didn't want this because I'm retired, so I really didn't want this to turn into a business. It's a bona fide business now. I mean, there's just and I'm not complaining. I've talked about this in the past, I'm about the luckiest person probably in the world. I mean, anybody who is cooking on YouTube or doing this, it's tough business, but if you're making a living at this, it's you're pretty lucky because I still go to the Wawas in the morning and see all my fellow workers at 6 o'clock in their work vans. Jersey's a big work, construction state, pulling up in their work vans, getting that coffee, and I don't miss it, man. I don't consider this work per se, but I do consider it now a business, if that makes sense. So, that's my long spiel, and again, I ain't complaining. I mean, I'm living when people say living the dream, I'm living the dream. There's definitely no doubt about it. If you look at my gallery banner right there, I'll post it one day. There's a lot of, like, casinos, all barbecue stuff with the girls, uh, CJ out in Cali, Daddy Dutch and Uncle Steve Shakes down in Houston, Chicago, New Orleans coming. There is a lot of stuff that I have done that I would not have normally done, so it's pretty amazing. You know, I love Disney, man. I love Disney. I'm the old man that's on Small World. I got no problem with that, and there you go. I'm sure Disneyland Paris is definitely cool, but Paris is probably one place I'll never go. Again, just I'm sure it's far. Scotty getting some praise. My man Mike C is checking in. Hey, Mike, did you ever hear about what happened to, Manchester Pellets? Mike is still in the chat. I'm a little bit behind, but trying to catch up. Nobody threw out those 2 rock stars that are one of them's gonna fill in the 5 spot, and it ain't Joey Ramone. Yeah, 22, and I'm in Jersey, man, so I'm guessing that's another, just it's just not gonna happen. That's friggin' long. 50 degrees, it's 50 here in Jersey. I mean, it's gonna be 50s and 60s all week, and I have to tell you, I had a tough year, and this is definitely age related because I started this, I had no problem cooking in the cold, cooking in the snow, I could care less. I had a tough go of it this year. Yeah, cold, slowing down a little bit, man, slowing down a little bit, just not into it. Not into cooking in the cold. So I welcome the heat. Although it's been windy, I have come to realize that I prefer snow over the wind. I friggin' hate wind, man, and I'm talking like 30, 40 mile per hour gusts. I can't stand the wind. You know, I could take the cold. I can take the cold if it's not windy. If it's 20 out and there's no wind, I can deal, but man, when that wind is gusting 20, 30, 40 miles per hour when it's 20 out, that drives me crazy. Keeping it fun, no doubt about it, man. I don't care how busy I am. I got a friggin' Monument Grills in my living room right now. This thing is a beast. I mean, this is Monument Grills. This grill is godly a beast. This is probably the only gasser that's gonna see the shack, maybe. I've got 2.5 hours into this sucker, 3 hours, and then, you know, it's 3 quarters together. I'll probably finish it tomorrow morning about 5 AM. You know, because I just had no more time to do it, but it's sitting in my living room. I've got 2 or 3 in the garage. I just, uh, grabbed one of those bags, uh, spring cleaning bags, you get them from Amazon. They hold up to 3,300 pounds. They're like a dumpster, but it's a bag, and then Waste Management will come pick it up. They're 27 at Amazon. Waste Management will charge you about 250 to pick it up. I am gonna unload my garage. I have so much stuff in there, you know, from thermometers to just so much stuff, man. I am just gonna dump it all because I have no room for anything, and the summer's starting, more stuff is coming. You know, I have to get reorganized. My office here has accumulated so much stuff that I have to do a spring cleaning, and, the place that I did flooring where I used to dump in the dumpster, they closed down, so now I don't have a dumpster, so this is my shot, and I believe that is Scotty's brother coming in, and it's James, baked potatoes, adobe chicken. Who's a better cook, James or Scotty? That's the question. And there's my man, Derek Dog checking in. It's a good business. He's right in the backyard. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I'm a creature of habit. It's the same old for me. I'm like Groundhog Day. I do the same thing over and over every day. I get up at 4, I'm on the computer, know, I wait for Maddie and Kiki to come on at 5 because I can see them. They're like clockwork, especially Kiki, 5 AM, you know, she's right on. She pops up on my screen, so I see her. Then I'm off to the gym. I'm back home, you know, grocery store, back home cooking. It's Groundhog Day every day here, and I'm fine. It's big. Go for broke. That I have no idea. Maybe Scotty, if you're out there, you can jump into that. Larry checking in. I'm not sure if I said what is up to you, but there you are. My man Will Plunk checking in. Love your channel. How different is the old Masterbuilt 850 and new 55? So the 1150 holds temp better than any Masterbuilt that I've ever owned, and I've owned them all, including the XT. The only thing I don't like about the 1150, I don't like the front shelf. I don't like that. I don't like the small little 3-inch wheels that they put on it, on the bottom. I think they coulda did a little bit more beefier, but I'll tell you, man, Masterbuilt has the pulse on that gravity fed, man. You know, that pit just kick, you know, just kills it. I wouldn't sell I wouldn't sell my 800, I think you mean 800. I wouldn't sell any of my first gens to trade up to the 1150. I'd run them in the ground, and then I would get a 1150. It's not gonna cook the food any different, unless your, master builds are just completely rusted out and shot, you know, then upgrade. It's not gonna cook any different, man, but it's it's a beauty to life, man. You know, I came on tonight thinking, "What the heck am I gonna talk about?" I don't think I've stopped frigging talking since we went live on air. I can just rattle along. Daddy God says you all need to meet Uncle Steve. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that, man. He is Uncle Steve is probably the complete opposite of me, where it seems that Uncle Steve, he's really about everybody else, where I'm really about myself. Got no problem saying it because that's just the way it is. But, Uncle Steve is definitely he has all the time in the world for everybody that is surrounding him, and that is pretty cool to see for sure. Yeah. I've got my theory on what happened, but I wouldn't mention it on air. I did visit them, so I do have, a theory. Like I said, though, I wouldn't mention it because that would just be gossip. So, for me, um, balancing flavors is I just know, because I've been cooking, in the kitchens for a while, um, and d you develop a lot on flavors, not so much the rub, but you develop, on what goes with what kind of thing, if that makes any sense. Um, you know, really have any insights. I just think that is something it's kinda like, peanut butter and chocolate, you just know it works. Um, salt, pepper, and granulated garlic is your go-to, and then you can move on into rubs, and if you've not tried Michael, if you've not tried Uncle Steve Shakes, um, you can email me, and I would suggest, a couple for you to pick up. Um, they are exceptional rubs, and there's, like a rib rub that is great on ribs, but great on everything. There's a gator shake that is awesome on, like, chicken or even shrimp. So, if anybody can throw my email, if you want me to email, I'll point you in the right direction there. If you were in Jersey, I would give you some. It's just so expensive to, it's so expensive. If you see over my shoulder by my guitar right there, um, is loaded up I got so many rubs in this house, man. Couple pork bellies going down. 4 is so early, that's an hour before you. Getting yelled at? Well, you might as well get off, and I can go in full flirt mode. That new gas grill from, Ninja definitely looks good. No, I think it's gas. I think it's gas. I think. I think. Not sure. What, is shaking? Dave says, "Thanks, really have enjoyed your videos on those different models, no problem. Any questions, just, let me know." 4 AM would be right in the middle of the night for you. No, but that certainly sounds pretty cool. I definitely dig mushrooms, and I've actually just caught up. I forgot what I said. Oh, about maybe about, it's all about me. That is just, that is something I learned with, back in uh, my Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, Wayne Dyer when I used to, meditate. Um, I used to really dive I really dove into that stuff, and that theory is that you take care of yourself first, and everybody around you will be happy. If you're too busy pleasing everybody around you and you're an unhappy person now, we all know Uncle Steve is a happy person, but there are a lot of people out there, and there may be someone in this chat who is always just taking care of everyone else, and they're just really not happy, and that's why, take care of yourself, take care of your happiness, take care of your needs, and then everybody around you will be a lot happier. I've always, believed that to be the case, and then when I had dove into it, I really found out that just is the way it just works for me. I am all about myself and then everybody around me, and I keep a very small tribe around me anyway, so I don't have a lot of people I really need to please, and that's just the way that just works for me. May not be for everybody, that just works for me. Griddle cook eat more since it's gas and electric. Rolling Smoke, this guy Ian's my favorite creator, I'm not sure who that is. Wendy says, "So it's both." This guy Tom I meant, and I think that's me. Gas for the heat and electric for the fan. Now I have a gas grill in the garage. It's from Canada. It's the nicest gas grill that I've ever seen in my life, and it has a tube, so it's a gas grill. When I tell you it is the nicest gas grill you will ever see in your life, I'm telling you, I'll be bringing it out soon. I wouldn't bring it out in the winter, and it's a gas grill, but it looks different than every gas grill. Again, it's from Canada, and tube there's a big tube in it, and the tube fills with pellets, and the pellets feed the gas and make smoke, supposedly. I haven't used it yet, but the grill costs about, couple thousand, so I'm sure it's gonna work, and that is the coolest idea that I have seen in a while, and the tube is pretty big. You fill it with pellets, you gas everything up, and then if you want pellets, and it also has, um, the same, fireboard, uh, that fireboard's about the best, so it also even uses a fireboard. I'm telling you, man, this grill is friggin' nice. I can't wait to get that. I wouldn't even dare to bring this grill out, uh, in the winter. It's too nice. 1050 or 1150? Because the 1150 is the new one. Yeah. I can't remember if I ever did mushrooms or not, psychedelic. I didn't do a lot of acid, uh, but I did a lot of, mescaline. I don't know if you guys even know or aware of what it is. It just makes you laugh. Acid makes you trip. I only tripped once. It was a real weird trip. I was in my van. I had a cave in my van, and the only thing I remember from that trip and Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath was on. I put my hands to my face to wipe the sweat off my brow, and my hands went inside my head. That was a trip, and I think that was the only time I ever tripped. The drugs in the '70s and early '80s, were party drugs. They didn't kill you like today. Unfortunately, drugs today are not good. No drug is good. but those drugs were fun. I love Ninja products. So we're getting ready. It's 10 of. So I wanna take a little bit of survey. We have 30 people in here. I wanna take a little bit of a survey. So last week, we were talking about rock stars, 5, 5 rock stars, uh, not really front men, but whatever, and we talked about it the whole show, and not no in no particular order, for any newbies in here, we have, Robert Plant, Freddie Mercury, Steven Tyler, Freddie Mercury, Steven Tyler, who was the 4th? Mick Jagger. Robert Plant, Freddie Mercury, Steven Tyler, and Mick Jagger. These are quintessential rock stars from the '70s. So, the ones we came up with were like Elvis, um, Paul McCartney, but I don't know, I just never really considered McCartney like that that rock star type vibe of the scene that was going on, um, and of obviously Prince and Michael Jackson. So here's the 2 one of these 2, neither one of them was discussed, and one of these 2 are gonna bring up the 5th spot, but no particular order. They're just gonna round out the top 5. So and I want to hear and we'll close the show out on this. I wanna hear what people's thoughts on this, and the first one that, again, how I didn't think of this and how nobody thought of this was bananas to me, and that's gotta be Rod Stewart, okay? I mean, Rod Stewart is he's not as big. He's big, but he was real big for a certain period, but he's not he's not in the league of I don't think he is, of, like, Zeppelin, Queen, Stones, he's not in that camp, but Rod Stewart, I believe, has to be there. He reeked everything of what a rock star, was, back then, and the last one that wasn't brought up is Elton John. I think Elton John has to be considered. Now, he got a little goofy, didn't look like that rock star, as he got older, little overweight, this, that, and the other, but if you look at him in the '70s, with the glasses and glitter, he was rock star, kinda dude, so let me hear if any of those, uh, you like. Rod Stewart or Elton John, I think, would round out the, top 5. And my man FF is coming in, finally around for a Sunday night. How's it going, my man? I appreciate you with a $10 super chat. Everything is going great. It's good to see you. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, girls, that we see out Fritz Frank in another 2 months or so. And of course, that is the Falls View Festival. I am putting all the pressure on the girls. And Kiki is coming in. No one mentioned Elton or Rod. Definitely Elton John over Stewart. Let's see what Wendy says. She's talking weed, and Wendy is shooting down, Rod also with an Elton. Elton, so Elton's coming in big, huh? I know Rod Stewart, man. He faded. He has some great albums, man. Maggie May, I mean, just real good stuff. But, it appears that Elton's gonna take it. Will's coming in with Elton. So it appears Elton John is gonna round out that, the top 5. Kiki says Elton definitely up there. I mean, there was for a period, there was nobody bigger than Elton John. We've got Robert Plant in there. We've got Steve. We've got we've got in no particular order, we've got Robert Plant, Freddie Mercury, Steven Tyler, I always forget that, Mick Jagger, and, Elton John. That sounds like a fearsome fivesome to me, and no, Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, and Little Richard don't make the cut. So that, seems like Elton's gonna, let's see, Wendy, no on Rod Stewart, Elton over Rod, every so no one likes Rod Stewart, it appears. Maggie, blondes have more fun. See that though. Rod Stewart had a couple big albums and fizzled out. Elton John has had, 30 years of great. Yeah, we talked about Daltrey, but yeah, he's not gonna beat Elton. He's not gonna beat Elton. Scotty likes that '50s rock. You've never heard Rod Stewart? Yeah, you've heard Rod Stewart. Kiki's comes in with she likes Rod Stewart. But you would put Elton over Rod Stewart, I think you said, right, Kiki? Mentioning problems. Yeah, I know, I hear ya. He just wasn't the rock and roll scene that, you know, if anybody doubts if anybody doubts Elvis Presley, I would invite you to YouTube. Hold on, let me just find this. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna drop this. Hold on. I can't play this. I can't play this because I'll get in trouble. I'm gonna drop the link in the, hold on. I'm talking to myself. Shut up. I'm gonna drop a link. I would advise everybody to to, uh, to follow that link. It's Elvis Presley. I think this is right before he died. He's singing Unchained Melody. Now that may be a little bit before. I don't know if you're younger. I don't know, maybe Emma Cat. I don't know if you've ever heard that song. I think you have. Watch you gotta watch Elvis Presley sing Unchained Medley, whatever however it's pronounced, and he does it live, and you can tell he's half I mean, he's got one foot in the ground, he's sweating. Okay, so Maddie knows, and I'm sure Kiki does too, although Kiki's a little bit more rock and roller, so maybe she doesn't. But, um, if you've never seen Elvis sing this, he sings it live. Bandmate holds the microphone for him. He's sweating. He's fat. He's got one foot in the grave. It may be one of his last concerts, and he's sweating, and he's still got that, like, he pauses from the song, and he looks over at the bandmate or camera, and he's still got that Elvis smile. But he goes into almost an opera version of this song. You gotta listen to it, and I think if you did really listen to it, you would walk away saying, "I can't believe that he has a voice like that." He would he would put just about anybody, uh, to shame, even Freddie Mercury, who I absolutely love. When you hear him sing this song, you realize that all the other songs, his hits that were nothing to what his voice can actually do. Again, he is doing this live. There was no the BS that they use today for the voice. There was no echoes. There was no, whatever. This is completely live. My voice is shot. This was completely live, and I am telling you, man, the end towards the end of the song, he just goes into almost like an op like, wow, where the hell is this voice coming from? Because 'Cause I've never heard this voice come. I would advise everybody to go watch that, and you will be schooled on that next week, so do your homework. And Kiki says she loves that song. Of course, it is Tommy's, I just gave a 5-minute spiel on how I come first, so of course it's Tommy's top 5. Wendy says, "Elton John like the Beatles for me, neither has a song I don't like." And I got Maddie loving that, song, Elvis OJ. Unbelievable, man, unbelievable. There is no so Kiki does know that song. There is no rock star that has that voice that he I don't know where that voice came from on him. Matter of fact, when I hang up, I'll probably watch it, sometime before bed. Yeah, I'm not a big Elvis fan neither, don't get me wrong. Like, I think he was cool, Elvis, but I'm not really hip to that music, but and I hated the movie, I didn't like the movie, his movie, but that, wow. And I think so Elvis Presley goes right into what I was saying before, he did not put himself first. If Elvis Presley put himself first, he would probably not still be alive today, but wouldn't have died so young because he did not put himself first. He put everyone else before him. He was very good to people, bought people Cadillacs, had an entourage that he didn't need, and he did not take care of himself. Those who don't take care of themselves don't put themselves first, is a good way to explain it. And Elvis Presley is a great example of somebody who just didn't put himself first. He put everybody else, first. Great frigging guy. Great fr and what a good-looking guy. I mean, when he was, fit and wow. So, I'm guessing Bat may have seen it. Elvis is definitely the king. That Leonard Skinner, I seen them, but I would not put them anywhere near the top 5. I love Skinner, but just a different kind of music. I wouldn't consider them like rock stars. They were, because they were they were just regular dudes. When I go rock stars, I'm talking like a lot of the glitter and stuff, because that was just a scene. Don't get me wrong, I saw Skinner, man. Skinner was great. Matter of fact, I had tickets, and, we gotta end this because my voice is shot, but I had tickets to see Skinner and Ted Nugent at Madison Square Garden, and the plane crashed. I had 17th row, I still remember it. 17th row to see Skinner and Nugent at the Garden, and that's when the plane went down. But I did see Skinner after that, and, it yeah, not to his movies, who it's very tough to sit through, but again, Wendy, go listen to that Unchained Melody by, live by Elvis, and especially towards the end, you could see he's in pain, man, you could see he's almost dead, he's just got one foot in the grave, he's very overweight. But, wow, man, where did that come from? That's, you know wow. And I tell you, you know, it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that, man. Tommy Time Lamo there. Appreciate that. So I don't know if you watched it. There's, Kiki might have jumped on over to YouTube to watch it. I'm sure I would get, what is it? Obla word text from the girls when I hang up on this show. Um, and that is gonna be now. Wow, for somebody who didn't know what we were gonna talk about, now Bon Scott's not gonna he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. He died too young, didn't have enough, didn't have enough time with AC/DC. Um, I didn't know what I was gonna talk about, but, oh, so Bat says Bat is telling me that that is his last concert. Okay, so he died right after that. You gotta watch it, man. Gotta watch it. Ask people next week. I do believe we'll be here, so you're definitely gonna wanna watch it, and, you'll understand what it is to start putting yourself first, because this dude didn't, and this dude died way too young. Alright, man, that is gonna be it. My mouth is friggin' gone. Molly's still down there drooling. Scott a kitten left me. I got the house to myself. All the pets will be in my room tonight, and that's that. Alright, man, we are gonna end this one. I appreciate all you guys. FF, I appreciate the super chat. Everybody go watch that Elvis Unchained Melody. I would have played it right here live on the show, but, YouTube doesn't like that. Peace out. Peace out. No doubt. Have a fantastic week. Whoops. Did I just, okay. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We don't talk much barbecue on this show, a little bit. Try to get some of that in next week. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Do not forget to go to Maddie and Kiki's show on Fridays at 12. I'm not 100% sure it'll be this Friday. If not, they will announce maybe it'll be Thursday. I know a lot of the people in this chat go there, but if you wanna catch me over there, Wendy over there, Bat over there, FF over there, James over there, a lot of the people in this chat. Maybe I'll see my man John over there. Anthony, same thing with you. ED, I catch you over there once in a while, and that is it. I just continue to flap my gums. We gotta get out of here, and until next time, we will see you guys soon.